So now that I have my basic mind map created, and again, yours will probably be much more extensive than this. This is just mine, just for the purposes of this demonstration. I'm going to move on to fully sketching out the project. And again, I'm not going to do it too intensely, but I just want to cover some of the essentials that you want to think about. So first, I always like to start with web, just because I was not necessarily raised, but I was educated as a web designer first, then I was a mobile designer. So I usually think in web terms first, and then I think in mobile terms. But it's totally up to you. This is your approach. This is your brainstorming approach. So I'm going to say, what does my web application need? So I'd like it to be a database of pet sitters, okay? And I explicitly will refer to what it's similar to. So I'll say Angie's List. I'll say things like Craigslist. Maybe something like Rover. So it's going to be a database of pet sitters. The essentials, I want to have reviews. So maybe a star system. Or something more clever, like I don't know, 5 leashes out of 5, or whatever. I like to have lengthier text reviews to avoid bot reviews or dummy reviews, right? I think it's important to have photos. And we could also see like a history, like X number of dogs watched or cats watched. So you can see how experienced someone is with your particular animal, like a bird or a dog or a cat. Some design elements I'm thinking of. I'm definitely thinking of colors like greens, because it's very natural. Blues for friendly. I'm going to stay away from warmer colors. Okay. I'm thinking I want to have rounded buttons, like balls, you know. We're talking about animals here, so I'm going to be using fonts that are, sans serif for sure. And very modern look. Then I might move on to mobile, which should be basically like your account and your communication with the pet sitter. So the essentials for this, oh, and let me do my my similars. So we're talking about Rover mostly. Rover is sort of our big competition. If you're not familiar with it, look it up. But what I want you to do during this brainstorming process is look at apps that do the same thing that you're doing. More than likely, you're going to have similar apps, right? There's not just Netflix. There's Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and all these other streaming services, right? So I want you to approach this in the same way. Think about all of your, quote, competition. What are you going to be competing with? And it's okay if you're doing something really similar to someone else. Just think about how you can do it better. So the essentials for us are also going to be those reviews, similar database style, maybe not lengthy text though. I want to have a chat system. So like a messenger built in to communicate with the sitter. I want to have a rating system that I can use so I can also rate them. An emergency contact system. And I would like a kind of like visit timeline. A lot of animals like dogs or cats, right? You're going to have people visit maybe twice a day. And I'd like to see when they visit so I know, oh, they're doing a good job. They visited in the morning and they visited at night. So these are all the ideas that I have. So the design elements, I really feel like it should just match the website, but have more illustrations. And I want to have like fun sound effects in it. And that's just me being a little bit goofy. So this is really like how I personally will sketch things out. You can sketch things out however you want to. At this point, you should have taken design literacy and design technology and maybe some other classes like intro to web design or something else like that. And you have these ideation strategies. So I really want you to approach all of these things as like, what's my personal, if I'm a designer, what's my design approach to this project? How am I going to design this project to be the best that it can be? I want you to make something that you're proud of for your portfolio, something that you can show off and say, hey, here's this great thing that I built. Check it out. Okay? So go through and do this process of thinking about it both in web terms and in mobile terms, thinking about those essential elements, those design elements, similar apps, research that stuff. Find out, what are other people doing things with, with these pet sitting apps or with whatever kind of app you want to make. All right, and it's totally up to you. So find something in your world that excites you and work with it and find what you can do, how you can expand that universe of applications that are going to solve that problem for you.